Hey gamers, got a big one here today. I want to talk about food at the board game table. Now, this conversation came up as of this video last week. We were all sitting around. I was drinking a soda. It was on a shelf off the table because usually when I drink, it's on a shelf. It's on a little table. It's not. I never put drinks unless we have the big dining room table. I put it all the way over, away from the game. I make sure it's set away from the game. And I remember everyone else was like really thirsty. And I was like, go get a drink. But they didn't have anything to put on. I was like, guys, you can put it on the table. I don't mind. They're like, oh, no, we're never allowed to do that. You know, their friends don't let them do that. Their friends don't let them eat chips. I was like, you guys can eat chips. Oh, but what about the dust? I mean, be mindful of the dust, I guess. But yeah, and I appreciate them being dust. But what if I have greasy fingers, all fingerprints? I'm not that big on it. Most people respect. They bring we do popcorn a lot. I feel like that's not bad. Not extremely buttered popcorn, just light popcorn. That's a good one. We've done chips before, and everyone's been nice to wipe their fingers. And I mean, there may be some grease on the cards. I don't really notice them. I've been playing through these games for a while. I don't go, ooh, these cards are greasy. I've never noticed anything like that. I've never seen fingerprints on them. So I think everyone's been really good. We have had one or two spills that unfortunately sogged up a few cards, but they're straightened out. They're okay. Nothing too bad. I am very laid back on this. I realize that. But, dry foods, snacks, pretzels are fine. There's certain ones. And of course, I don't want them bringing soup or anything. I do have these friends who every time bring the sloppiest looking Subway, and it's just dripping everywhere. It's dripping on their napkin. They spill some on the table, not on the board. They haven't got the board messed up. And, they do wipe their hands off when they're done. But I'm like, that is not what in fact, when I had big board game nights, of like 6 to 8 people, we're playing Twilight Imperium, by the way. And we play in a separate area where we're going to be eating. And we go to a different area in the dining room and eat. And then I say, before we get back to playing, I say, okay, I'm going to go wash my hands. I'll be right back. And they go, oh, yeah, I'll go wash my hands too. And then everyone goes to wash their hands. So I'm not a stickler on it when it comes to having food around the table. Sure, certain food, like little candies, M&Ms, I think that's fine too. I realize I am laid back. Sometimes people are like, oh, it has to have a screw on top to be on my table. I would appreciate that, but at times I've had the bottle go in. And my best friend in my board game group, he has spilled at least once, maybe twice, and I never get mad because I love him to death. And I know it was an accident, and I'm okay because if it doesn't do too much damage, and they've never, I think, like I said, a few cards have gotten soggy, and that's been it, but it hadn't been that bad. It hadn't made that big of a difference. But I don't know. Am I too lackadaisical on food at the board game table, or do you allow food at your board game table, and what types? And what are the do's and don't etiquette manners, I should say, around a board game table when you got a snack? Because I feel you got a snack. And like I said, you're like, well, Matt, you put your stuff on a lampstand or another shelf. Why can't they? Well, they're not in a position to put it in. There's not a place to put it. Out away from the table or whatnot. And maybe I could start providing a place like that. I don't know if they have any other chairs or something they could put it in. But I don't want to inconvenience anyone. But I don't know. Either way, let me know what you think about having food at the board game table, and I will talk to you next time.